Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton, here with the wonderful Sid Roeder. How are you today, Sid?
I am doing great. How about you, Bryce?
I'm good. I'm loving life.
And we've got an interesting new guest today.
Yeah, let's dive into it. But before we do that, you want to tell us about our sponsor?
Of course. Our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, caretakers, and all those wonderful people that like to listen to us every Saturday morning. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestion for this show, anyone you would like to see us invite, you can call me personally at 435-512-6406.
Thank you for doing that. Well, let's dive into our guest. Our guest today is Zach Manwaring from Whole Body Healthcare. Welcome to the show, Zach.
Yeah, thank you. Good to be here.
Awesome. Well, this is your first time on the show, so you want to tell, so you're a chiropractor.
Yeah.
But you want to kind of dive into who you are, what you do, kind of about your practice, let people know just a general overview of you, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, like you said, I'm Zach Manwaring, like a man wearing pants, and I own and operate Whole Body Healthcare. I bought it out from Dr. Morgan Carlson. He's been around since I was born with that practice, and now he just coaches soccer and skis, loves his life doing that. So we have a lot of different things that we do. Anything from regular chiropractic care, which is adjustments of joints through the spine, through the extremities of the body. But then I also go crazy and dive into acupuncture and to other therapeutic modalities like ultrasound or electric muscle stimulation. We also do injection therapies for regenerative medicine. So I use a lot of ozone and platelet-rich plasma or some homeopathics. And I find that combination of all of these things really helps to cater to most populations, to help with pain, to help with recovery, to help with healing. And then I always make sure that I'm teaching people what they can do for themselves on their own in terms of physical therapy or rehabilitative exercises.
That sounds fabulous. So just out of curiosity, when you're talking about regenerative medicine and injections, how does that support the healing process?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's a common phrase in chiropractic philosophy where they talk about the body healing itself. So the power that made the body is the power that heals the body. And there's really nothing that fits with that quite like platelet-rich plasma, because it's where you take somebody's blood, you draw it out, you spin it down to separate out the different components, and then within that, you draw out the parts of blood that are responsible for healing the human body. And that is the platelet-rich plasma portion of it. And so I take that, put it back into the place that's injured or in pain, and it helps to heal itself. And it's extremely safe because it comes from their own body, so there's no chance of rejection. And then the ozone is like oxygen. I call it supercharged oxygen. So the oxygen that we breathe that's in the air is about 18 to 22%. Not very much, which is kind of unbelievable to some people. Most of it's nitrogen. But what I do is I take medical grade oxygen, which is 99.5 to 99.9% oxygen. I run it through a miniature lightning storm, and it creates ozone, a portion of that, and that's O3. It doesn't like to stay as O3, so it wants to get rid of that extra oxygen molecule as quick as it can, and it can do that very effectively inside of the human body, and that goes to work at giving the body the oxygen nutrients that it needs. You know, we can go days without water, we can go weeks without food, but just a few minutes without oxygen, and we start having things die.
So I'm curious, now you got me thinking about all this, the injections and different things. What kind of injuries or things are you helping people through that you're utilizing these injections?
Yeah, mostly anything with pain. I mean, ozone is a great substitute for cortisone or corticosteroids. You know, these are injectables that are used thousands of times a day all throughout the world, and it's very effective at killing pain. It also is effective at killing inflammation. And the third thing that it's very effective at killing is tissue. And that's the downside, is that it's degenerative medicine. And so anybody who is on their way to having a joint replacement, corticosteroids will help you get there faster. But it'll help you do it happy because it'll help take away the pain. So ozone is a great replacement for that, or at least a precursor to it. Try this out first to see if it can help you. Because if it can give you that type of pain relief in the short term, and really ozone helps short to midterm, cortisone helps short term, platelet-rich plasma helps long term. All right, but if you can get that short to midterm relief without degenerating the tissue, then you can have a much better chance of truly healing and doing better for the long haul.
So when you're saying, hey, short term to midterm or long term, put a time frame on those, or can you?
Yeah, well, yeah, to a degree. So cortisone, we usually are wanting that to last at least 3 months, right? And if you can get farther than that to 9 months and 12 months, I've had some people have success with cortisone for 2 years. I mean, that's great. That's awesome. That's exactly the thing that you want to have happen from it. But a lot of people will get to the point where they've had it so often that this next time they have it, it only lasts for 3 weeks or 2 weeks. That's terrible because you can't get it more than 4 times in a year. So now you're just waiting around because we know that it degenerates tissue enough that that's unsafe. So in the short term, if we can help it for those few weeks or those few months, that's short term. That midterm is more like 6 to 12 months. That long-term healing, PRP has been shown to be able to heal for 2 to 5 years, right?
Wow. So I'm curious on that too. Can you use those together? Can you do ozone and PRP at the same time?
Yeah, and I really always do it that way. I mean, if somebody really doesn't want to, we'll have a conversation about it and then probably still do it. But PRP is improved by ozone. And in fact, if somebody goes and gets corticosteroids, ozone improves that. So, you know, a lot of people will be afraid of, oh, well, will this mix or interact in a bad way? Ozone's not a drug. It has no drug interactions because it's safe and natural. So I can use it with anything. You can do it right after surgery. You can do it before surgery to help. You can do it before or after cortisone injection, any of that.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So if somebody wanted to get in touch with you and is maybe frustrated because been on steroids repeatedly, how could they reach you and where you're located?
Yeah, so you can call the office. It's 435-563-4141. You can also find us online at wholebodychiro.org. And our address is 245 North, 700 West in Hyde Park. We are just off of the highway behind Freckle Farms and just down the street from Castle Manor and surrounded by those really big Camp Chef warehouses.
Thank you, Zach. This is the Senior Moment Show. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Getting around your home should be easy and safe. At RT Med Mobile, they provide wheelchairs, stair lifts, ramps, and electric lift chairs to help seniors maintain independence and comfort. Their friendly team offers free in-home consultations to find the perfect solution for you or your loved one. Locally owned and here to help, call 435-260-6171 today. RT Med Mobile, because your mobility matters.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
Hi, this is Tyler. Recently, my father passed away, and White Pine provided the funeral services for our family. They were friendly, thoughtful, and attentive to every detail. You know, it isn't often that a loved one passes away, so it was very important to my family that everything be handled just right. Because my dad was loved by so many people, we had a lot of family and friends that traveled from out of town. I really appreciate how White Pine Funeral Services made sure everyone was comfortable and that the focus was where it needed to be, on my dad and my family. They really took care of us during this tender time.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Need a helping hand? The Bear River Association of Governments, also known as BRAG, is here for you.
They assist seniors with in-home services, provide utility bill relief through the HEAT program, and offer rental assistance to keep you housed.
Need help with tax prep? Their experts ensure you get the refund you deserve. And for veterans, they're here to connect you with the benefits you've earned.
BRAG is your local resource for a stronger today and a more secure future. Call today or visit brag.utah.gov.
Picture this. Your family's locked in court, fighting over your home and your assets because there was no plan. Don't let probate decide your future. I'm attorney Justin Wall with Wall Estate Solutions. Stay in control with wills, trusts, and smart planning that keeps your family out of court and your wishes protected. Get peace of mind today. Visit wallestate.law or call 435-294-0346. That's 435-294-0346. Your legacy, your plan.
And welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton here with Sid Roeder, and we've been interviewing Zach Manwaring from Whole Body Healthcare. You've been telling us all things, well, I thought we were going to dive into all things chiropractor, snap, and pop, but we've been diving into ozone and platelet-rich plasma and those shots and how they work. And we were just curious, like, as the body ages and different things, what kind of, do you use those treatments, or are there other treatments you use as people are aging and they're getting those aches and pains?
Yeah, to be honest, they can help with at any age, but I will say that platelet-rich plasma helps the most with younger populations because we're using your own blood, so you become your own pharmacy. So there's ways to clean up the blood to help, but ozone is great because it can help no matter what age you're at or what stage you're at, what form of degeneration you have. So I've been able to help people with the infamous bone on bone, and I'm just waiting around for my surgery. In fact, during COVID, I had been using it a lot to help where people are coming in because they cannot go get the surgeries that they were on docket to get because they were considered elective. And so they were just in an enormous amount of pain. They can't go in to get those things, so they could come and get ozone and help them at least get by, help them at least manage it. And that's really the thing to know, is that you're not going to get rid of arthritic degeneration. That's not going away. There's some really cool things out there to help it slow down, but we want to be in a place of managing it so that you can still live the life that you want to live without having pain constantly going on. So yeah, I use the ozone. I use manipulation to be able to help mobilize those joints. Here's the thing. If it hurts you to move, which a lot of people it hurts to move, and it hurts you not to move, you need to move. You have to move. Motion is lotion. And the more that you can move, the better you can feel, and the longer you will keep moving. People who are dead compared to people who are not dead, it's really easy to see dead people don't move. So if you can move, you look a little bit more like you're alive and you feel a little bit better. So that's really what it hones in on. Acupuncture is another thing that can really help with people no matter what their age or stage is that can go and help to decrease some inflammation, help the muscles to respond a little bit better. And it just helps to move. I mean, it sounds woo-woo, but it helps to move energy through the body. And I mean, when you get acupuncture done, you can feel that, and it's really hard to describe it in a different way, even though it might sound a little quirky. But man, the first time I felt that, I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to explain this, but this changes everything. I got to help people with this.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had that experience. I had the car accident a while ago, and I had a terrible headache, and I went in and got the acupuncture, and I was ready to throw up before I walked in that door. By the time I left, I felt like I was on cloud nine. It was just wild.
Yeah, it's amazing. I just had a patient in who's wonderful, wonderful senior. I love him to death. And he's been dealing with neck pain, headaches, but especially neuropathy into his legs and feet. And that is a really difficult condition to treat because it can be bordered by so many other kinds of situations and things going on. And he has just absolutely fallen in love with the acupuncture. We first got him to the place where he wasn't feeling as much neuropathy with some ozone injections, a little bit of manipulation, and then some acupuncture. And I do 3 different types of acupuncture: traditional, just with the needles. I do moxibustion, that uses a heating element from a burning herb, and then also electroacupuncture, which stimulates the needles with electric impulses that goes right through them into the muscles. And that's what he fell in love with, was that last one. So he came in. It's been 3 weeks now. I've been pushing him out farther and farther. It's been 3.5 to 4 weeks. And he came in and told me that he has not once felt that neuropathy since I saw him last, which is amazing to me. That's like crazy. And so I did the acupuncture, gave him a high five, and told him, this is it. I mean, if it starts coming back, let me know. But, send him out with a good bill of health now.
So I'm a little curious if someone's interested in to come see you and has more than one ailment. I mean, if I think about myself and my left thumb's basal joint and my ankle problems, how do you go about if somebody comes in with more than one thing?
You're limited to 3. No. Yeah, so, we are whole body healthcare, so we really truly do see a whole lot of stuff. I'll see everything different from moment to moment. I mean, just last week, in one day, I saw a 3-week-old, then I saw a 94-year-old, I saw a shoulder, then I saw a neck, then I saw a foot for plantar fasciitis, then I saw a knee that's getting, are we going to replace this or are we not? I mean, I get to see just so many different kinds of things. Now, I will say, we don't have infinite amounts of time to go through everything all at once. And sometimes some of the things that I do can make you feel a little bit sore. And so maybe it's not the best to try to treat everything all in that one moment. But we are going to treat everything, and everything responds to everything, right? We don't leave the house and just take our hip with us, but leave our headache at home. So when people say, could this be related? Of course it could be. It's all you. It's all your body. But yeah, I would say, somebody who comes in with many, many things going on, I say pick the number one thing, right? And sometimes if we just start treating that, the other stuff will naturally get better. But then over time, we'll work through everything.
So really quick before we get into our second break, what do you recommend people do? Because I find that sometimes I forget some things when I go to the doctor, and then I'm like, oh no, I didn't mention that. Make a list before
Write it
over
down.
the. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a list. Make a list of the things that make it worse. So a list of the things that bother you, but a list of the things that bother that thing, right? The better your list, the better the preparation. That is perfect. I'll have people come in with written notes. That helps both of us so much. Absolutely.
That's great. And just before we get in our break, maybe your phone number one more time.
It is 435-563-4141.
Thank you. This is the Senior Moment Show. We are at our second break, so we hope you stay tuned while we take that break, and we'll be right back.
At Maple Springs Senior Living in North Logan, we understand that entrusting the care of your loved one to someone else is a decision not taken lightly. That's why we go above and beyond to create a nurturing environment where your family becomes our family.
When I found Maple Springs, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. The staff here really cares, and Mom is thriving.
The activities and social events have brought so much joy to Dad's life. I can see a positive change every time I visit.
We know that your loved one's well-being is your top priority, and it's ours too. Learn more at maplesprings.living.com.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
No problem, sweetie.
I can't believe you're able to fit everything in that little sedan.
Bye!
When they move out, you can move on to a house that fits your life. It's time to live in a space that fits your family.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty.
Let me help you to find a home that suits your needs and is less to take care of. Save money or even make money on the sale of your current home. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
This is Oliver with Cache Valley Pharmacy. We're working with Cache Valley's own Focus Pharmacology and CacheMedical.org to help you lose weight the right way with supplements that support your weight loss journey and easy telehealth appointments from the comfort of your own home. When you think weight loss, think Cache Valley Pharmacy, your partner for a healthier, more confident you. Visit us at CacheValleyPharmacy.com or go to CacheMedical.org to start your weight loss journey today.
Did you know that one of the greatest threats to our quality of life is a fall? 1/3 of Americans 65 and older and 1/2 of those over 80 will fall this year. Many will never be the same again and some will never return to their homes. This is Bruce at Comfort Care. One of the ways we can help people stay in their home is through our free in-home fall protection survey. Let us help you identify these fall risks. Call us at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
Need a helping hand? The Bear River Association of Governments, also known as BRAG, is here for you.
They assist seniors with in-home services, provide utility bill relief through the HEAT program, and offer rental assistance to keep you housed.
Need help with tax prep? Their experts ensure you get the refund you deserve. And for veterans, they're here to connect you with the benefits you've earned.
BRAG is your local resource for a stronger today and a more secure future. Call today or visit brag.utah.gov.
And welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton here with Sid Roeder, and we've been talking with Zach Manwaring over at Whole Body Healthcare. And Zach, you've been telling us all about all the cool things that you've got going on, the acupuncture, the ozone, and all the different treatments, and you're doing a full body scope, right? You're trying to treat all the different things with a bunch of different, not just, hey, I'm just going to adjust you and send you on your way. You're diving into it. And so I'm curious, how do you, if someone comes in and they're like, hey, my back's kind of been hurting or my hip or something like that, how do you go about your assessment of and finding out, hey, what's really the cause of things?
Yeah, well, first it's good to just sit down with anybody and hear their story, right? So I like to just turn things over to them and tell me anything and everything that they can think of. And you get some people that can't think of much to say, like especially the ones who come in who are in high school. And they just shrug at you and go, oh, I don't know. And then, you have the men who are similar to that. And I say, well, what brings you in? And they say, my wife sent me, right? Yeah. So you get those kinds of things. But then you get the talkers, and they'll tell you everything about everything. And you know what? That's actually pretty helpful still. Because even in the little nuances of what they can tell me says to me where they've been and what kinds of things could be happening. So it's really, really important to just first sit down and listen to that. It also gives me a sense of their emotional well-being and how much this is affecting or impacting their life. Then we go from that and we kind of take a look at how they move. You can pick up a lot of things based off of how somebody sits, how they stand, how they move. I'll go through, what does it feel like when you're laying down, sitting, standing, walking? But then especially in those transitional periods, right, to go from laying down to sitting up, to go from sitting to standing, to go from just standing to start walking. And this will tell me a lot of things as well. Then I want to get a feel of things. I'm going to actually touch it. I'm going to push it. I'm going to move it. I'm going to see how it does move or how it doesn't move and find out where the pain's coming from. If we can find what causes the pain together and find what takes the pain away, I am pretty darn certain I'm going to be able to help you. In those situations where I can't find out what that is, might be coming from something different that doesn't belong with me, and I need to send them out. And we can do that, and we've got good referral partners to help us with that as well. But the last thing that I do is I give them a promise. I say, my guarantee is improvement by 4 or schedule no more, right? So if I've worked with somebody 4 times and they have no improvement, then I need to send them to somewhere else.
Wow, that's a solid promise there. I like it. So how much time do you usually allocate for an initial visit?
An initial visit is 30 minutes, and it's very, very helpful if you can get your intake work done before that. Our office will send it out to you. And if you really need the help, you can come in early and my staff can even go over it with you and make sure that everything's in place that way, just so that we don't have to be worrying about those things and we can get it into the chart. It greatly helps with everything that we're doing from an insurance-based standpoint to just, being able to take care of you and know what things are happening. If you have past imaging or past things that have been going on. I can look over those. I spend a good amount of time sitting and looking at MRIs and advanced imaging, X-rays, CTs, any of that.
I've got a quick question there. So if I do have X-rays from a different doctor, how do I get those to you? Do I initiate that transfer of those imageries, or how does that?
That's the easiest thing because you own them. It's for you. And you'll need to sign a medical release form to tell them, I approve for this to be sent to somebody else so that they can look at it. So that would be the easiest way. But I also have a fantastic staff that can get on top of that along with you. And we have those forms so that you could sign it. We can fax it over to that particular office, whatever we need to do. And then, if it's delayed or we're having a hard time getting it, then we'll badger them so we can get it quicker.
I like it.
I do too. Hey, so I was wondering, I always was under the impression to go to the chiropractor, you had to get a doctor's referral or something like that. Is that actually the case?
No. So in the state of Utah, we are listed as chiropractic physicians. And beyond that, I've also gone and gotten my diplomate in neuromusculoskeletal medicine or orthopedics. And so I'm a primary care physician. And so I can order those images, I can make a diagnosis, I can set up a treatment plan. So you don't need to have any type of referral to come and see me.
Wow, that sounds great. So last thing, just because it comes to my mind that typically chiropractors are in a realm where the insurance doesn't cover it. So you being a primary care physician, what is covered and what's not?
Yeah, so I take most every insurance. This year, we did drop our first insurance ever. We dropped United because they are notoriously horrendous to work with, and we found that everybody's sense of satisfaction was going down from the patients to us to my staff, and first and foremost, I have to take care of my staff. So to save their sanity, we did go away from that. However, we do still take United Medicare, and we take all plans of Medicare. We take everything. You name one, we're probably taking it. But besides that, if you want to come in and you don't have insurance or you don't want to use insurance, I have gone the distance and created a membership with a discount medical program, which allows me to legally give discounted rates outside of insurance.
Wow, that sounds amazing. We are coming up to the end of our show, Zach, so I want to give you one last chance to mention your contact information and location, please.
Yeah, so you can call the office at 435-563-4141. You can come and just stop by at 245 North, 700 West in Hyde Park, and it's very easy to find us online at wholebodychiro.org. You can schedule online and do all of that from there. If you are interested enough, you can follow us on social media. I don't do that myself because I don't like to watch it. But if you'd like to see some funny, ridiculous things, then we've got some things going on there.
Thank you, Zach. Thanks for coming in. This is the Senior Moment Show. We hope you tune in again next week.